Good evening, guys. How's it going? Today I want to do a little bit of video about why to live in Thailand. I've done this once already. I took it in the house, tried to take it off the camera, and it was all broken. So I'm going to do it again, but the good thing about doing it again, it goes faster. So I'm trying to keep this short as I possibly can. It's reference living in Thailand. I did a video before called the cost of living for me in Thailand. Okay, I did it because some people were asking for information, and it's got like over 225,000 views now. I was surprised it went so much, but it seems there's a lot of people who are considering to move to Thailand. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in and get busy. How to describe all this in one video. I don't want to make this a series, so I'm going to get straight to the point. If you make more than 1,000 pounds or $1,500, you can afford to live in Thailand. Okay, if you can't, I'm going to talk in baht. If you can't translate from baht to dollars or baht to whatever, turn the video off, because you're not smart enough to move here. The other video I made, I don't know how many people said to me, and they're all from one country, I can't, how much is a baht? I'm like, really? 280 some countries in the world, and you can't convert from one currency to another? Maybe you shouldn't come here. So, what's my point? I'm trying to keep this as short as I can, so here we go. If you make that much money, 1,000 pounds to $1,500, that's equivalent to about 42,000 baht, which is, I'm told, is what engineers can make. So you're making the same money as an engineer here. With that, you can rent an apartment for 4,500 baht in Ayutthaya. So if you're living in Hua Hin or Chiang Mai or one of the bigger tourist areas, then things are going to cost a little bit more. So even if you said you got a little bit upmarket apartment for 10,000 baht, it still leaves you 32,000 baht to live. So for food, you can buy, if you buy Thai food, street food, or Thai restaurant food, you're going to spend around 40 to 50 baht per meal. If you go to a mall and eat in the canteen, the same price, 45 to 50 baht per meal. If you start getting Western food, like a pizza, can cost you 400 baht. So that's like 10 meals. But with 1,000, with that same money, I eat mainly Thai food, but occasionally I'll have a pizza. I'm not really attracted to anything else Western-wise. But there are other restaurants in Thailand, in the malls, that cost more, like Aoshi and things like that. But I eat that too, but I don't eat it every day. Yesterday's meal was like 170 baht for one meal. Where if you ate the same thing at home, it would probably cost you about 40 baht. Or you could have gone to the canteen and found something similar. It might not look as nice, but it's the same food for a quarter of the price. So electric, anywhere up to 1,000, but I could go on and on. Just for, if you make 1,000 pounds or $1,500, you can afford to live here. I have a truck. I bought it secondhand, right? And it's runs like a top. Very comfortable for me. Big bum can get in it. So you can live here easy. Why Thailand? One other thing about Thailand before I say this is people always ask about medical. Thailand is like, I think, 4th or 5th in the world on medical tourism. In Bangkok, in a lot of the big cities, they have, even in Ayutthaya, which is my closest big place, is they have the state of the art. They have an MRI in the hospital where I go sometimes. When I need to go, I'll go there, and they have an MRI in the hospital. So, an MRI is an MRI, right? What is very cheap is dentists. You know, I went to a dentist to take the amalgam out and put the porcelain in. I think the most expensive one was 800 baht, which is how much? About 16 pounds, something like that. 14 pounds. So not expensive. $20 or something, $30, I don't know. But to take a, you know, to go see a dentist, and remember I went to a dentist in America, and it could cost you hundreds of dollars just to go see him one time. Here, you know, 1,000 baht, which is what, 20 pounds, $30, less than. So a dentist is easy, doctors are easy. If you go to the government hospital, it's cheaper again. I went to a local hospital here when I cut my arm. I cut it on my pump, if you remember, and they didn't even charge me. But I just got butterfly stitches, but they didn't even charge me, nothing. I didn't want any injections, I didn't want nothing, I just wanted butterfly stitches. If I had them myself, I'd have stuck them on myself. I have now, I didn't have then. But butterfly stitches you can't buy in Thailand. So if you're coming, think about your first aid kit, and you'll be okay. Okay, so why Thailand? Well, you know, I'm not a political man, but I watch what's happening. I have my ear to the ground. People say, do you feel safe with the military government? I said, I feel very, very safe. I watched what was happening before. I watched when all the and tractors were driving down Asia Road towards Bangkok for their protesting. First thing I thought is, who's paying for that infrastructure? You know, that somebody's paying for their fuel, somebody's paying to feed those people. They have to have water, they have to have whatever. How are they doing that? Who's paying for that? To protest. I have my suspicions, and I think I'm pretty right. So anyway, the government came in and stopped it all. So I feel very safe. I never feel threatened by military that I see. You know, nowadays you don't see the military so much, but when that first happened, wherever there was a checkpoint, you see the police and you see the military. But the military was like they're there, but the police did all the work. You know, just like anywhere else. So the military supports the police in the time of an uprising or unrest, so, or national disaster. So, you know, you hear about Cambodia, what's happening there, Myanmar, Vietnam. I don't have anything against any country or any people. I like Asian people a lot, but it's the governments that spook me out. But here I feel very comfortable. I feel very at ease, very comfortable. So that's why I'm here. And actually I've been here a few days ago. I've been here 5 years, and I have no reason want to leave. So in a nutshell, there's people asking me these questions again, so I thought I'll try to do a short to the point one. And there's a man from South Africa asking, because there's problems in South Africa, as everybody knows. So I feel totally safe here. $1,500, 1,000 pound, and the rest is easy. I would just say, if you're a Westerner, then you want to stay somewhere not too far from a city or a big town, because there's people who can speak English. If you want to live off into the countryside, like I do, the internet's poor, the water quality's poor. I have my own filter system now. Electricity's on and off, but you know, this is my paradise and I live here for a reason. But if you live somewhere like Ayutthaya or around Ayutthaya, you can rent a home. That might be more expensive. Apartments can be 5,000 to 10,000, say. But 42,000 baht is a price, the same wages as an engineer gets. You know, an engineer can normally live well. So the only thing is visa. I don't really want to talk about visa because I'm not a visa consultant, and so I don't want to give anybody any bum information. But I will try to. I'm going to ask the people. There's some people in Bangkok who deals with visas, and I'm going to contact them and ask them if I can share their details, and if they say okay in time, I will put it in the description of this video, and then you can contact them with all your visa details. Okay, and then I can tell you it's much easier than people think. You know, I used to worry every year when I got my retirement visa renewed. I don't know why, I just did. But it's, you know, it's just a paperwork transaction, so no big deal. So yeah, I've done 5 years and I plan on staying some more. I think that's it, guys. I don't really want to spend too much time on this, but in a nutshell, it's very easy. Medical's easy, dentist's easy, medicine's easy, safety, visa, food's good. You know, I had food poisoning 3 times, and all while I lived in England. I've had an upset belly once or twice, a little bit loose, but no food poisoning. And I've been here 5 years, and you know, when you go to Bangkok and see street food the first time, you think, oh my God, I'm going to get sick. Never. I don't eat a lot of it, but what I have eaten, never. You go to a fair and it's everywhere, so you know, you try this and try that, and you know, I haven't eaten bugs, but never got sick. You know, you can buy water cheap, 10 baht a bottle of water. There's nothing to worry about here. Everything you can, you know, I'm a bit of a DIY guy. I can build anything, you know. When I lived in America, I used to go to Lowe's a lot. Lowe's was fantastic. I knew where everything was. I was in there all the time building something. And people knew me and started asking me for advice on how to do things, because I didn't work there. But they would ask me how to fix things, how to build things. So Lowe's was great, but you know, it's a little bit harder here, but you can do it. Not really any building code. Out in the countryside, do what you want, as long as you stay on your ground. So if you have if you already have a Thai wife or Thai girlfriend, very easy. Somebody you can trust. I just say be careful, because I heard stories the same as anybody else, but you only hear the bad stories, you don't hear the good relationships. So I believe there's more good relationships than bad. So people get stung, but you know, you have to trust sometime in life, so it's a chance you take. You can't have a house in your name unless you have a business, and that's another legal thing if you want to get into that. But if you just want to rent, I mean, you can rent a house in the countryside, but it's up to you what you want to do. You know, once you're here and you lived here for a while, you can research all that. But just being here, living every day, living your life. I mean, you know, people have drone clubs here. In the Utia, there's the Utia group. So if you can learn Thai, I don't know if there's an English equivalent, I never asked. But I imagine somewhere there's, you know, if you find those groups, in Line, there's a lot of Line groups, and an app that you can, on your phone, Line. And people talk a lot about that in Asia, on that a lot. It's just talking and not so much like Facebook. But they have groups where people ask questions and stuff. There's lots of hobby groups, shooting clubs, you know, people shooting pistols and stuff. It's a normal, you know, it's not America. They don't have 4th of July. They don't celebrate Christmas because, you know, it's a Buddhist country. They celebrate Buddhist holidays, not Christian holidays. In the cities, you'll see Christmas decorations, but the people themselves don't normally celebrate Christmas. New Year they do. They have Thai New Year, Chinese New Year, and Western New Year. So it's easy. Lots of fresh fruits, lots of fresh food. So I think if somebody's considering to come here, and the last couple people who I hope you see this video, I feel safe here. So I will sign off and keep this short, and trying to make one video about all the topics I've talked about in the past. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You just have to think, okay? So I'm going to sign off now, guys. Say good night. See you in the morning. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings. Rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. See you in the morning. Good night.